Okay, do we have a motion to come out of executive session?
Motion.
We have a motion by Wyatt,
Second.
we have a second by Reasonover. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Madam Chairman, I also make a motion that we move to the October meeting, the parliamentary procedures on any discussion that we were gonna have on that tonight to the October meeting.
September.
September meeting.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a second, motion by Reasonover, second by Wyatt. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, and the next item, we have, leader.gov. Y'all come to the front. For follow-up, our retreat, gave our board the opportunity to look at governance, leadership, communications, priorities, and how we work together to advance BIDA's mission. And so now,
Yes, thank you. Good evening.
thank you all for being here and coming back.
Our pleasure. Tim and I are not going to keep you long. We want to just do a quick sort of run through. Oh, thank you. All right. Okay. We just, yeah, I'll give that to you. You're technically minded. We thank you for the opportunity to come back after the retreat and do a very quick, abbreviated recap of what we talked about. We really want to get your perspective, maybe retrospective, on the retreat itself and what you got out of it, what you would like to now maybe take action on, maybe emphasize now. We know the executive director role hopefully will be filled soon, and that's a very important role to help execute strategy. And so obviously if we can be of assistance in creating that strategy and working with the director to get that moving, we would love to do that later on. But we want to just do a quick review. We had some great speakers. Thanks to Madam Attorney and others who got these speakers together. And just any reflections on these speakers as you think back on who came. Anyone stand out to you as particularly valuable that you might want that type of speaker to come back next time you have a retreat?
Mr. Reasonover.
I've been told to raise my hand, but I was gonna raise it anyway. Yes, Miss Robin Ziegler. She stood out to me as being very, very intelligent, very, very communicative, very just insightful as to what this city needs, and it was refreshing.
Yeah.
It was encouraging, and it was empowering to me as one of the newest board members of what somebody in that realm looks like.
Yeah.
And I just think she can get the job done.
Yeah, I think thinking back on her talk, you all are a volunteer board, and none of you have this long, rich history in economic development necessarily, right? So
Right.
having experts come in who are in that business, who know how to do it, I think is a really, maybe next time you all have a retreat of this sort, having maybe a couple of people.
Recording in progress.
Maybe have a couple people of that ilk share, because it's about getting us educated for making better decisions for the city. And I think there was a great amount of education done in what she shared. So thank you.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to add, I think it's a good best practice when you do these types of retreats to mix in those types of outside speakers with the educational items that we provide. I think it just makes it more interesting. It keeps the energy moving. And again, I would like to recognize your attorney for doing such a great job of getting these fabulous speakers.
Yeah.
Anything
Thank
else
you.
stand out to y'all?
Well, Mayor Hallman, of course, very wise guy. I've known him for many, many. Oh, I was saying, Mayor Hallman, of course, I've known him for many, many, many years. Always a straight shooter, and all around pretty good guy. He knows his stuff, and gave us some good advice.
What came to mind for me, for you all, was I'm looking forward to the day when we can introduce you as a board member to one of our other customers to give a testimony about the work you've done here. And I think that'll be a great day for BIDA. And I think that day is not too far away.
Yeah, so I think for the mayor, you know, he was just speaking about what they did successfully in partnerships. And so, again, hearing those stories of how other agencies use partnerships and other types of activities to advance their economy, those stories are what we need to hear. It just keeps it creative for everyone. So, you know, during the other part of our workshop, we talked about the charter. We kind of went through the charter, the mission of the agency. We talked about the decision-making process a little bit. We established some strategic priorities for BIDA during our session. We actually created 3 goals for you all during the retreat. And we talked about teamwork, and we talked about personality, and you all had a chance to interact personally with each other and kind of lift each other up and give some feedback to each other. I thought that was, although a little uncomfortable maybe, it was a very healthy exchange and very honest, authentic exchange, which we want obviously more of for you all. And then we talked about the city, how can we collaborate better with the city? And there was some progress made there, I suspect. So,
yeah, I wanted to comment about those strategic priorities because they really do form, in addition to your mission, vision, and value statements, kind of the framework for a strategic vision or strategic plan. And I think that those 8 priorities that you all discussed and kind of established at the retreat, I mean, that's where the work is. And I think that really sets you up for success with your new executive director. And in terms of, I think we just kind of started the process of doing some goal setting that support those priorities. And that really allows you to create a framework that you can hold your staff accountable to, right? Your job is to set strategic direction and then have staff execute, as Mr. Hicks knows well in his role. I think a lot of that same framework can work for you all. And we can show those priorities. I can bring those. Oh.
No, keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, so we don't want to belabor this. It's getting late, but these are the strategic priorities that you all established at the retreat. We set goals, 3 goals for maybe just 1 or 2 of these. So there's a whole process of work yet to be done, a whole body of work to actually think about each one of these and ask the question, what do we want? What do we want to do with blight? Nothing? Something? Maybe? Yes? No? So that requires us collectively, you all, with your executive director at some point, to come together and decide what are we going to do inside of each of these priorities. And those would be your goals or your objectives. Hence, your strategic plan now starts to get meat on the bone. You start to get some real solid goals that you can put on a timeline. And it gives you order so you can be proactive as opposed to reactive. Right now, you all are a little reactive. People are coming to you with things. They're asking for this. They're asking for that. They're wanting this. They're wanting that. And that's fine. But at some point, you need to set your own direction of where you want to go with BIDA and have your own plan that you're focused on as opposed to constantly responding to people coming to you, being proactive rather than reactive. So a strategic plan will do that for you.
And I would call on Mr. Hicks if he would care to make any comments about the value of that and how it has served the city. I mean, I know that that's a document that still lives for the city. And how has your staff been able to use that document as a way to execute? Any comments you would add to that?
Well, the department heads and I, we went on a retreat early this year. And one of the things that we did at the retreat was we made sure that we hammered in on the strategic goals and the objectives underneath each goal. So it was very interesting to see that when each department head came before the budget committee, how they had each of their finances tied back to a particular goal. So they bought into the strategic plan. And so that's what we were trying to do with the BIDA group, is make sure that you all look at the city's strategic goals. And if you want to take some tenets from the city's strategic goal or develop your own, we want to make sure that at some point we're still on the same highway.
Yeah, they need to align.
Right, they need to align.
For sure. And, I would say to you, and I know you've done a lot of work on hiring your executive director, but I would say that's the beginning of the work. And I think the harder, maybe the harder part is how you're going to use that resource effectively, as Mr. Hicks does with his staff. It's really the important part. Hiring someone's maybe the easy part. Getting them to carry out your vision, I think is requires some focus and strategy.
So we're basically done. That's what we wanted to share. If there's anything you all would like to talk about now or later, we're very happy to come alongside you and help in any way. The biggest takeaway from our perspective is getting a clear vision of where you want to go as an organization and what you want to accomplish and when. And that's work that, without a plan, we just kind of wander in the wilderness, right? Mm-hmm. So really would encourage you all, in whatever form it takes, to go about creating a plan that takes the organization where you want it to go.
Madam Chair, one question.
Okay, Mr. Reasonover.
Gentlemen, I think I saw something. Did you guys already share this with us, or you did?
Yes.
I thought I saw something.
Yes.
Okay, all right, cool beans. Thank you.
Last thing, thank y'all. The retreat itself, with the retreat itself, do we have a copy of the slideshows from the retreat days? The PowerPoint, the presentations?
I don't know if you do or not. We certainly can give them to you.
Some of them might be a little proprietary in nature, but
Well,
we'll talk about that.
Those that we can get, like
Yes.
from the other outfit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'd like to just have those and archive those.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We got a new BIDA member coming on board. We got one that missed the retreat,
Yes.
and it'd be good if they could overview that stuff.
Yes, sir.
Point. Yes.
Yeah, it is interesting to think about these 8 priorities, and relative to new BIDA board members, both currently and in the future. And, that's a decision you'll have to make. I mean, are these something you revisit every time you have a new board member? Probably not. They tend to, when city councils set strategic priorities, they actually kind of sit above any individual council member. But periodically, they do need to be refreshed. I don't know, Mr. Hicks, whether your current elected officials have changed some of the priorities from your plan, which is now like 5 years old. They may not have, but that's something to consider, is how do you want to bring in new board members relative to your priorities?
Madam Chair.
Yes,
Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Bill. I wanted to just say thank you for the wonderful work you did in bridging some important gaps, and to mention to the board that Leader Gov is more than just retreat facilitators, and so perhaps there might be an opportunity for more engagement and work and helping the board and reach and find ways to achieve your priorities and your goals. So we can certainly talk about that at some future time.
awesome. Thank you all.
Really
Thank
appreciate
you all
it.
so much.
Yes.
Okay, next, we're gonna go to new business, adoption and remediation statement concerning the May 6th special call meeting.
Madam Chair,
Yeah.
the packet, page 68 is a proposed statement of remedial action concerning the May 6th, 2026 special call meeting. And just to give the Cliff Notes version, the chair under the charter has the authority to call a special call meeting, or 3 members of this body can call a special call meeting. On May 6, 2026, a special call meeting that was called by the chair was held. Prior to that meeting being held, there was a deficiency in one of the notice requirements under the Georgia Open Meetings Act. There are basically three requirements. Posting on the website, notifying the legal organ within 24 hours. Each of those items occurred, those acts occurred. The third and the easiest of those is posting a physical copy of the notice on the door. And that third task was not completed administratively. And so there was a complaint filed with the Attorney General's office alleging that third act had not occurred. And in responding to the Attorney General and in reviewing what happened, I learned that third task, that administrative task of posting on the physical door had not occurred. And so what we proposed in responding is explaining and first confirming to the Attorney General that this board has every intention and desire to comply with the Open Meetings Act. It was not an intentional act on the part of any board member. It was, that slight act did not happen. And I say it's slight, but it's still important because you have to do all three. The law says it, and we're very adamant about that. So with this was a voluntary proffer that I presented in the response, basically disavowing anything that happened at that special call meeting. I will say that there was some action that was voted on that never occurred, 2 actions, and that they never occurred, they never took place. And so we wanted to, we told the Attorney General we would read this voluntary statement of remedial action that was my idea, and they indicated that they were fine with us doing that. So this is in compliance with that. So I'm not sure if somebody wants to read it, a member of the board. Y'all want me to read it? I don't know. But at the end of the reading, there is a motion to be made. How would you like to proceed, Madam Chair?
I'd like to get a member of the board, somebody read it.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
the attorney wrote it. I never. We gotta make a motion.
So I'll read what you all will be adopting, okay? The College Park Business and Industrial Development Authority is committed to conducting the public's business openly, transparently, and in full compliance with the Georgia Open Meetings Act. On May 6, 2026, BIDA convened a special call meeting at which the board considered matters concerning a potential acquisition of real property and the possible issuance of a request for proposals to retain an executive search firm to assist BIDA in the recruitment of its first executive director. After the meeting, BIDA learned that although a written meeting notice and agenda had been prepared, transmitted to the city employee assigned to perform BIDA's administrative posting functions, posted on the city's website, and transmitted to the legal organ, the required physical posting of the meeting notice had not been completed. BIDA has acknowledged and addressed that administrative failure. BIDA has implemented additional procedures requiring written and documentary confirmation of each required posting step for future meetings. BIDA further confirms that no action authorized or contemplated at the May 6, 2026 special call meeting has been implemented. Specifically, no purchase and sale agreement, letter of intent, or other binding commitment to acquire property was executed. No earnest money was tendered, and no funds were expended in connection with the proposed acquisition. Likewise, no request for proposals for an executive search firm was issued pursuant to any action taken at the May 6 meeting. No executive search firm was selected or retained, no contract was executed, and no funds were expended for that purpose. To remove any uncertainty concerning the status or effect of the May 6 proceedings, and as an additional remedial measure undertaken in furtherance of BIDA's commitment to the Georgia Open Meetings Act, the following motion is hereby made for adoption and approval. Does someone want to read the motion?
I'll read it. Motion.
I move that College Park Business and Industrial Development Authority adopt a foregoing statement of remedial action concerning the May 6, 2026 special call meeting. That every motion, vote, authorization, direction, or other action taken at that meeting be rescinded and disavowed. That no such action be implemented, enforced, ratified, or relied upon by BIDA. And that BIDA General Counsel be authorized to transmit a certified copy of this action to the Office of the Attorney General. Adopted.
Have a motion, have a second.
Second.
There's a motion by Nova, a second by Carn. Any discussion?
Discussion.
Okay, Mayor.
Madam Chair, I think this is altogether appropriate in that the Open Meetings Act does, as Attorney Wiley indicated, require all three of these things to happen. That we have to put out notice, it has to be posted at a meeting site, otherwise we get in trouble. And so I think this is the appropriate measure to take, and I'm glad that BIDA is taking this action.
Thank you. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor, raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. Thank you. And before, let me make sure. Okay, I think that's it. But I want to take a point of personal privilege. I wanted to do it earlier, but they had to leave. But earlier, my daughter Alexis Willis, she was here, and she's getting ready to go to Miami first thing in the morning. It's a hard one. But anyway, last week Alexis had traveled home after completing an assignment in Corpus Christi, Texas. And now she's beginning her next chapter of her service, and with a new assignment in Miami, Florida. Her journey has not been easy. From entering and graduating from the United States Coast Guard Academy, to breaking glass ceilings along the way, to earning the rank of lieutenant, she has continued to lead with strength, discipline, faith, and a heart for service. But what makes me especially proud is that when she came home during this transition, she didn't simply come home to rest. She came home ready to serve. She rolled up her sleeves and worked alongside us with 2 food distributions and participated in the Kaboom Design Day, giving back to the same community that had poured into her. Alexis, your family is incredibly proud of you. But tonight, I wanted to let everyone know publicly that you have represented your hometown of College Park, Georgia, with excellence. Everywhere the Coast Guard sends you, you carry a little piece of College Park with you. You remind our young people that where you start does not limit how high you can rise, how far you can travel, or how greatly you can serve. Lieutenant Alexis Willis, College Park is very proud. Your family is proud of you. And as a mother, I could not be prouder. May God continue to honor your steps, protect you, and use your life and your service with something greater than yourself. And she had came here, and mostly all of, I just want to say this because it's just Alexis, born and raised here in the city of College Park. Went through Park and Rec, and was instrumental even when we did the park on Camp Creek Parkway that was eventually named after me. She actually helped with finding that site. But most of her young life here in College Park, she ran track. She's a national champion in track and field. And usually we would have the national, and she would be away at the Junior Olympics. So most times she wasn't home, for her birthday. And in the military, she was away. And so this year, I really, I was hoping that she would, be here, but to be here on her birthday. But a young lady who has actually, served unconditionally and love her city. And I just, wanted just to make that statement. And it's not often, you find young people who go off and then want to come back and be a part. And I think we tie that into economic development because we pour into our youth and then they come back and want to still be a part to help our community grow. So I just want to, just say that. And with that, want to get a motion to go back into executive session 2.
Motion?
Second.
We have a motion, a second.
Madam Chair, if you could amend your motion to, I'm sorry, who made
Okay,
the motion?
Carl.
Mr. Vice Mayor, for real estate, purposes of real estate.
All right, motion to enter into executive session for the purposes of real estate.
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Let's take maybe like a, we don't need no break, y'all ready? Okay, we rolling on, okay.
Let's go and get
We gotta take a breath. Okay, we need to